What's going on, everybody? We got another battle here, and I actually recorded 3 with this team, but I guess this team is actually really bad, because one of them I got blown out in like 4 turns, and the other one didn't really go so hot either. So this one went much better, though. It's a lot of fun, and let's get right down to it, guys. I lead off with a Scarf, a Zelf, and he's got Empoleon, so I'm thinking, alright, he might want to set up rocks, or, you know, who knows what the hell is going to happen. I'll hit it with a Thunderbolt. I don't think it'll kill it, but I don't think I'm going to die either. But instead he goes for Hydro Pump, hits, and I actually end up dying, which obviously really sucks. Scarfers are kind of nice, and now I don't have one. So, big hole right from the start, but what can you do? That's kind of the hole I dug myself in. So I'm looking at what exactly I want to bring in. Dusknoir is not going to do anything. Tentacruel is not really going to do anything. I don't want to go to Metagross too early, because then there's no point to try to Rock Polish up. So I just go to Dragonite, figuring I expect him to switch, and I could Dragon Dance, but I don't want to set up too early, so I'm just going to go for Fire Blast. Like, I don't know. He goes to a Metagross, which seems very obscure to me. Because if I was him, I would have expected, like, Earthquake or something like that. Not a dragon move, but I suppose he expected Stab, thinking that Stab probably is still going to kill it anyway. But it just seemed really awkward to me, and I was like, sweet, I scored a free hit on, like, I don't know. I went for Fire Blast simply because going for Earthquake was too obvious. That Explosion, however, I did have a handle on. I figured either Ice Punch or Explosion's going to come because he's just about dead as a Metagross. I know Dusknoir can handle either, so I went right over to him and dodged it quite rightly, I would so say. And Empoleon comes back in, so again, I know he's still going to want to set up some Stealth Rocks and crap like that, and there's not a whole lot I can really do about it. So I go over to Jumpluff because I want to get him out there before rocks come in and try and wreak a little bit of havoc. So I'm hoping I can survive a Hydro Pump, although he's real close to Torrent, so I don't know if he gets that boost, there's no way. But at least it's a Hydro Pump, so eventually he'll miss, right? He already hit the first one, there's number 2. No big deal, it's kind of how it works. It does break my sub. This Jumpluff is very old, and his EVs are kind of wrong by today's standards, so I don't really have much of a chance of surviving if he isn't, I mean, even if he's not in Torrent, I don't think I would survive. So I'm just going to keep subbing a little bit, see if I can get one of these things to miss here, because I don't want to put this thing to sleep, but I might end up having to. So Stealth Rock is going to hurt me, what, like 76, I believe, with this HP. So I'm still in an okay spot where I can sub up again, because I don't want to put this thing to sleep. It's a waste. I'm going to get a free sub eventually, right? Wrong. I'm not going to get a free sub. At this point, I still could sub one more time, in theory. I just don't trust it. I really don't, because 76 times 2, what, like 150-ish? Yeah, I suppose I still could. I think lefties might put me over a Stealth Rock switch number, but I just felt forced to put him to sleep. I want to have some sort of usable hit points left. And then whether you go for sub or you go for Leech Seed next is really just a who the hell knows. I chose Leech Seed first because I figured there's a good chance whatever he brings in is not going to be as fast, and I'll still be able to put sub up, and I wanted to get that HP Leech on there initially. So he brings in a Dragon, and I go to Grim Reaper, and that time I did not mean to avoid his attack. I was expecting either a Fire Blast, a Dragon Dance, or a Dragon Claw, I guess Outrage. Even Draco Meteor, Dusknoir would be totally fine with. And then, of course, he gets to steal back some HP with Leech Seed. So, totally awesome. Unfortunately, I don't get to see if it was a Life Orb. There was certainly no leftovers. I saw it this time. I was actually paying enough attention. And Ice Punch or Will-O-Wisp was a huge, difficult choice for me to make. And I guessed wrong. So that sucks. But what do you have Dusknoir for? I've always said a bunch of times, Dusknoir is there to take the stuff that I can't deal with. He's already taken an Explosion I couldn't deal with. He's also taken an Extreme Speed that otherwise would have been a difficult thing for any of my pokes to take. I should say Dragonite itself. And now I've burned this Heracross, and he's just the best thing to take a burned Heracross. So I'm going to Pain Split the first turn while he still is up at a high amount of HP, because I figure I'm going to take some sort of hit. It's not like he's going to switch or nothing. And should he go for close combat, then that's totally fine too. Stone Edge, I take it. I don't want to say I take it well, but I don't take it that badly. I am assuming he was scarfed at that point, but he ends up telling me later on that he's banded. So I just took a +2 Stone Edge, and it was like, no big deal, but it was no big deal. So after that burn goes off, I go up to 200. He's not going to be able to kill me again. He knows he's going to get hit with an Ice Punch, then burn damage, then Shadow Sneak, and he doesn't think he's going to be able to survive it. So that's what I go for. Empoleon comes back in, probably very smartly actually on his part, and it's going to force me to switch out. I'm hoping he stays asleep for just a little bit because I want to get some Toxic Spikes up, but it doesn't happen. He's absolutely in Torrent range now, which really sucks because even though this is a special wall who resists the attack, it's still 3-hit KO maybe? I don't know. It'd be close. It'd be borderline 3-hit KO. So that sucks. And obviously I know Starmie here is going to want to try and Thunderbolt me away, but I had to get rid of the Stealth Rocks first before I could set anything up, which sucks. And now that it's here, even if it doesn't have Thunderbolt, I still can't set anything up. And I can't really afford the time to figure out if it has Thunderbolt or not either. So it looks like Dusknoir may have to come back in because he can take Thunderbolt. So we'll see from there. And at this point, I really, really, really want to Pain Split. But I don't trust Empoleon to come back in. Even though Shadow Sneak's really obvious, I feel like I have to go for it. Just because I didn't think Pain Split would be even, I don't know. It was another really tough decision. And I went with Shadow Sneak. I know my Shadow Sneak is about a 3-hit KO depending. Back in the day at least it was, but nowadays people make these things more bulky, so it's not anymore. But I went to go with Pain Split the second turn. It's like, ugh, go figure. So I just got played for a fool right there. But what can you do, eh? What can you do? Maybe I put it outside of Torrent range. I don't think so, but maybe. If that's the case, then that's the best mistake I've ever made in my life. But I have to go back to Tenta just because I have to. And I know that I'm going to need at least one turn of Toxic Spikes if I'm going to have a chance to kill that Starmie with a Shadow Sneak. So even though obviously it's going to have Rapid Spin and Natural Cure, it'll get poisoned when it comes back in. So he switches moves for whatever reason, which makes me think he's not in Torrent. I have no idea, because it doesn't actually benefit him. So whatever, it potentially spares me a turn. Maybe he's actually out of Hydro Pumps. Now that I think about it, that's what, 5 or 6 Hydro Pump? No, but Dusknoir's Pressure. He might have actually been out right there, and I don't even know. Anyway, regardless, he brings in Dragonite to resist Surf. I'm like, ugh, I have Ice Beam, but obviously there was no way in hell I was going to go for it right there. And I would love to go for it now. It's just a matter of if this thing's going to Dragon Dance or not. I really have no idea, and based on whatever move it wants to pick, bases which move I make is right or wrong. So I give it a shot. I try and get the kill. It doesn't pan out. Meh. But at least he used Draco Meteor, so his special attack is -2. So if he does have Fire Blast, it's not going to hurt this guy as much. And he can take an Earthquake pretty well as well because his defense is so high. So I'm not too afraid. I believe I get a Rock Polish up. Yes, I do indeed get a Rock Polish up, which is cool because I haven't seen anything so far that Metagross can't handle. So I go with, oh, there you go. There's something Metagross can't handle. Well, I do still have Explosion. I do have a Lychee Berry, so if his Earthquake hurts me enough, I'll be able to kill it with 2 mashes. Maybe Mash can get me a raise itself as well. But it doesn't hurt me enough. It hurts me enough to kill me, but it doesn't hurt me enough to give me my berry boost. So I have to just explode. It's going to be too much of a pain in the butt to take care of Gliscor otherwise, if even possible at all. So I may as well just deal with it while I can, finish it off. Oh well, I guess it's not the worst thing in the world, but definitely didn't benefit me. So, and here I make a mistake. I just immediately switched to my fastest poke. I didn't think about what he might bring in. And then looking at this, it's like, oh, he's got extreme speed. And so then I'm thinking, God, do I want to go to Dusknoir? Because I've already gone to Dusknoir for 2 of his normal attack moves. It feels a little obvious. And then I'm like, well, I'm not going to die, I don't believe. And I can still put him to sleep. I have no idea how much it's going to hurt me. I just don't think I'll die. And so I end up staying in to put him to sleep, thinking that maybe he'll predict Dusknoir to come in anyway. to dodge an extreme speed, and thus he'll go for something else. You know, maybe he'll try a Dragon Dance, and I can't afford that. So I stay in trying to put it to sleep. He extreme speeds me. I take it a little bit better than I thought, so that's not terrible. But Sleep Powder misses. So that pretty much ends my game right there. He did 115 damage with the first extreme speed, and now I'm at 116. So my only hope at this point is that damage variation plays in my favor. I have no idea if the first one was min, max, or average, or what. But because Sleep Powder missed, I can't go to Dragonite of my own. I suppose I could go to Dusknoir, but I don't feel like that's advantageous to me. I don't think he's choiced. I suppose he could be choiced, but I don't know with what. If he was Scarfed, I don't think he would use Extreme Speed. If he was Banded, I don't think he would have Draco Meteor. And if he was Banded, I don't think Jumpluff would have taken it that well. So would he really be Specs with Extreme Speed? I suppose it's not the worst thing in the world, but I don't know. I have no idea what this thing's item is, so I feel like it could still switch moves, but maybe it really can't. And so thus he would have to switch on Dusknoir, and that's really the only thing I can hope for at this point, but I really needed Sleep Powder to hit there, and it didn't want to for me. So yeah. In one of the other matches I was talking about at the very start of this video that didn't go well, it was going fine until Sleep Powder missed, and then it was just over. So I used to be proud of Sleep Powder for hitting way more often than its accuracy implied, while I missed Toxic and Will-O-Wisp all the bloody time. But it seems today it has caught up to me, missing all the time now. So, but instead I switched to Dragonite, and I don't know. There's so much going on in my mind. I figured if I'm gonna have any chance to win, I need a Dragon Dance. And I know I can survive Extreme Speed if he is stuck on it, and if he's not, then I suppose I know I can survive too. But I need one Dragon Dance to be faster than Starmie, so I get that. He happened to switch, which blew my mind. I can't believe he didn't go for Extreme Speed, but he ended up switching, and because of that switch with my free boost, Life Orb is not in threat to really kill me. I'm able to take out Starmie. And now he pretty much needs a crit. So I love how blue dragon music is playing right now when there's a green dragon and an orange dragon right here. Anyway, Extreme Speed doesn't crit. Outrage keeps going. And I still have... What do I have left? I still have Dusknoir. And I want to say... I think it's just those two, actually. But Dusknoir shown that he was able to take out Heracross anyway. At least it would have been very, very close. I would have been able to survive one, hit him with an Ice Punch, and then hit him with a Shadow Sneak and maybe get somewhere. But plus the extra turn of this burn, even if I died on my own Confusion hit. So things went well. Thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy. Catch you later. Peace!